Hello friends, today in this tutorial I'll be showing you that how basically you can store images inside shared preferences. We will take basically a picture from the camera and we will be displaying them inside a grid-like structure. So let me just basically run this application and show to you the demo of this application. So application is running, you will see that it is opening. So we have a button out there. If I click capture image, it will open my camera. So now it will take the image and basically it will store it right here inside a grid-like structure. If I again take a second picture, you can see that it will show it in a grid-like structure. This is basically the application, guys. It is storing them inside shared preferences. Now if I close the app, these images will still stay. If I open the app once again, and now you will see these images are still staying here. It is stayed inside the shared preferences. If I now click on this image, you will see the live preview of the image, and you can click any of these images like this. You will see that. So I will be showing you that how to build this application, how basically you can save images inside your shared preferences. In the last video I showed you how basically you can uh, store text in shared preferences, but in this video I will be showing you how to save images inside shared preferences. It is not recommended that you save images, but for some apps it is required to save images, so it takes a very little space. So let's start building this project, and all the source code, guys, is given in the description of the video. If you want the full source code, I have written a complete blog post on my tutorial website. So basically what you can do, you can go to this blog post and copy paste all the source code that I will write in this video. So let's start building this project. So the very first thing we need to do, we need to make a new project. We will simply say empty activity and say image in shared preferences, and click on the select Java here, Java language. Click on finish, and now it will basically create a new project. So the very first thing we need to do, guys, inside your layout file, res layout activity underscore main.xml. So here basically, guys, you need to copy paste this code here. Let me just explain you the code by pasting it. So we have basically, guys, this button here, capture button, where we will capture the photograph from the camera. We have this button, and then we have a grid view where we will be displaying 3 images per column. So you can see 3 images will be displayed per column here, per row. So this is basically the design where you will see that this is the design here. And now if I open this app here inside my mobile phone, it is building it. Just wait. Once the Gradle finishes, we will be able to, you will see, now this app will launch. You will see a button capture image. But now if I want to press this button, I need to open my camera. So for doing this, it's very easy. We will first of all go to main activity Java file. And here, guys, first of all, what we will do, we will declare some variables right here at the top. We will say private static final int, and this will be again request image capture. So this will be 1, and we will have the button, and this will be for mCapture button, and then we will have the grid view, and this will be for image grid. And so now, guys, we just need to basically just get the references of it by their IDs, respective IDs. So find u by ID, r.id.capture button, and also image grid, r.id.image grid. That's all. And after this, guys, we will set a capture, when we hit this button, set on click listener. So when we click this button, guys, basically we'll call a method which will open the camera of the user. So we will say dispatch take picture intent. We will call this method. So now we need to make this method, guys, which will actually open the camera of the user. So this will be a private method, dispatch take picture intent, and inside this we will make use of the intent class. So we here will say take in picture intent. Let me take some space here. So this code that let me just paste this code, guys. I have numerously written this code. So basically what it is doing, it is importing the media store class. It is saying action image capture, and it is calling the start activity for result. And now we need to basically override the method which is on activity result. So just if you say on activity result, so here what will happen if I now basically uh, click this button. If I now click this button here, my camera will open here. You will see that I can able to select images. So now we need to display this image whenever we basically capture the image. For displaying it right here, we will basically inside this on activity result, we will write this code here, which is this code. So we have a if condition, so we will check for this request code and the result code. If it is okay, in that case we will convert the image to a bitmap using the bitmap class. And here we need to make this method, guys. Let me just uncomment this, comment this line. So this will basically save the image to the shared preferences. We will basically pass the image bitmap. So now we need to define this method, private void, and here we will have the bitmap. So this will actually save the image in the shared preferences. And here, guys, we will again use the shared preferences class, and we will say get preferences and mode private. And here we will simply say create some space here, integer, and next image index, and we will say shared preferences dot get integer, and here we will say next image index. This will be 0. Default value will be 0. And here we need to store the image URI, guys. So we will basically say image underscore, and then we will concatenate the next page index, and then we will concatenate the extension of the image. This is basically will be the file name. And then we need to say inside try catch block, we will say file output stream, and here we will say open file output. We will say we will pass the image URI here, and here we will say context dot mode private, and here we'll say image bitmap. We will compress this bitmap first before saving it. So it is saying add the catch clause, so it is automatically do this first. So here we will say bitmap compress format, whatever is the compress format. It will be I think PNG. It's a PNG image. So quality will be 100, and we will pass the FOS like this. So then we will close it. That's all. So now we need to basically, after that you do that. So this is all that we need to do. And then we need to simply save it. You say editor, editor. You will say shared preferences dot edit. So in this way you can edit your shared preferences, and it contains a method put integer. We will put the integer which is next image index. So this will be next image index plus 1, and we will say editor dot apply. That's all. And then we will simply return basically the image URI from this function. So here we need to change the string type from void to string. So it will basically return a image URI. After saving it, it will return this image URI from this function. So here what we are saying, we are getting this image URI. Now we simply need to make a adapter class so that we can display multiple images. So right here, after all these methods are defined, we will make basically a private static class of image adapter, and it will extend the base adapter class. So we need to implement some methods here, which will, all these methods we will implement, which is get count, get item ID, and get view. And before that, we also need to declare some class variables, which will be context variable and also list variable as well. So this will hold a multiple image URLs, guys. So that's why we are using list here. So import this class. So it is saying that add constructor. So we also need to add the constructor. So we have added this constructor, you will see. So whenever you call this class, guys, it will basically the context needs to be passed here, and also the list also. So you can see that. Sorry, here we need not have to do this. So just eliminate this. So this needs to be final list string image URIs. So we need to use this, sorry, inside this. Once you do this, we need to say image URIs, new array list, and here we will say that file files, and we'll say context dot, sorry, let me close the parentheses here. So import this class, and here we'll say mcontext dot get files directory, and it contains a method list files. And here we'll say if files is not equal to null, if some files are present, in that case we will use a for loop. We will say file, for each file we will simply display them in a grid like structure. So we will say that if file is file, and also file.getName starts with, if it starts with this one, which is image underscore, in that case we need to add them into a grid like structure. So we need to add them. So just put a semicolon here. So you can see we are checking it inside a for loop here. This is basically the constructor of this image adapter. We are passing this, we are adding it like this. So right here, we need to define these add image method. After this, we need to define this method, which is add image. This will actually add this like this. And inside get count, we need to return basically the image URIs dot size. That's all. And for get item, we need to return basically the muris dot the position. So here we'll pass the position. And for the get item ID, we need to return the actual ID, which is position. That's all. And for get view, guys, this here we need to return the actual image view. So here, this will some code here. So I will simply paste its code here, so that all this source code is given in the description of the videos, guys. So you can follow along with this. This is slightly complicated because we are displaying the images inside a grid-like structure. That's why a lot more code is there. So just import the classes. So now you can see that this class is complete, and you can just eliminate this method here. So now we can basically right here at the very top, we can call this adapter by making a variable here. Right here at the top, we can declare a private variable which is of the type image adapter. We can call this as adapter, and then we can inside this we can say after this we can say that adapter new image adapter, and here we can pass the context, which is the main activity context. And right here, whenever we are done basically saving the image inside shared preferences, we can simply uncomment this line. We can add this, add image, and then we can notify it like this. So basically we need to add this method, which is this method that we eliminated. Let me add this method once again. This will add this image inside the image URI. You can see that. Just put a semicolon here. So now this application is complete, guys. So if I now run this application once again, click on the run button. So it is launching this application. Now if you click capture image, you will see image is taken, and the image is not displaying it because, guys, we also need to make the layout file as well. I forgot to make the layout file as well. So the layout code is required. So this can be called, you can basically make, if you follow the blog post, basically what I will be saying here. Let me just paste this code once again. So you can basically paste this code if you go to the description of the video. Sometimes some error can take place, so I can simply paste this code once again. Just paste it. So let me just uncomment this line here for now. So when we click the images, this will open, it will show a live preview of it, that's why. So if I now basically run this application, so hopefully it will capture the image, and you will see one image is showing here. So now if I click this image, guys, I need to basically show a live preview of this image. You will see that. You can see that. If I close this application, still this image will stay, which is image. You can see two images will be there. So now if I click this image, I need to display them inside a full screen. For that, we can basically create a new activity, empty activity, call this as image viewer finish. And basically this activity, guys, this code is very simple for this. So I will simply copy this. You can rename this activity to image activity. Sorry, image activity. This is the code for this, and very simple code. And here we need to create activity image viewer, and inside this the XML code is also there. So copy this XML code and paste it here, and this basically contains a simple image view tag, and here the width and height is match parent, scale type is center crop, that's all. And inside image activity, guys, the layout, let me change it to activity image viewer. And now if you run this application, guys, so what you will see, if you hit this button, you will see the image should display. And oh, sorry, we also need to uncomment that line inside of a main activity. So we will be has binded a on click to this image grid, guides. You will see we have binded a on click. So whenever we click on this image grid, we on item click, we have binded this method. So we are opening this activity, which is this image activity class. We are navigating from main activity to image activity that we created, and then we are displaying the image using intent class. So once again, if you now open this application, click on this image now, you will see that this will display this image. You can see that. So once again, you can take the image. So you can see that. So in this way, guys, you can develop this application, save images inside shared preferences. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I will be seeing you in the next one.